There's an old thrift store in Asheville, North Carolina, that locals call the Collector's Pit. People say the place is haunted, but the owner insists the items are just old, not cursed. Emily Hale, a 22-year-old art student, didn't believe any of that. One rainy afternoon, she walked into the store looking for something unique for her apartment walls. She drifted past dusty shelves and piles of secondhand frames until she saw it. A painting sitting alone on the floor, not on display, just placed like someone threw it away. It showed a girl standing in the woods, her face blurry, her eyes too dark to be natural, and behind her, something shadowy. Emily picked it up. The store owner rushed over instantly. "Not that one," he snapped, his face drained of color. "It shouldn't be here." Emily laughed. "I love creepy art. I'll take it." He didn't argue. He looked terrified, but he sold it anyway. Scene 1, the first night. Emily hung the painting above her bed. It looked perfect, disturbing, but artistic. But that night, at 3:12 a.m., she woke up to the sound of scratching. Skr, skr, skr. She turned on her lamp. The painting was crooked, like someone had touched it. And the girl inside the painting, her head was now slightly turned, facing the viewer, facing Emily. Emily froze, but she convinced herself she was imagining it. The next night, again at 3:12 a.m., Emily heard breathing, slow, heavy, coming from the painting. She stared into the girl's painted eyes. They weren't blurry anymore. They were sharper, focused, alive. The dark figure behind the girl looked closer too, its long fingers stretching outward. Emily whispered, trembling, "Who painted you?" A soft whisper came from the canvas itself. "You did." Emily stumbled back. She had never painted anything like this, never even seen it before yesterday. The third night, she tried taking the painting off the wall. The moment she touched the frame, a burning sensation shot through her fingers. Her skin blistered instantly. The girl in the painting was now outside the woods, standing near the edge of the frame, like she was stepping forward. That night, Emily didn't sleep. At 3:12 a.m., the scratching began again, but this time, not on the wall, under her bed. Something crawled slowly out, a pale hand, small, childlike. Emily screamed and turned on the lights. The hand vanished. She looked up at the painting. The girl was gone from it. The final night, Emily barricaded her room, taped the painting face down, put blankets over it. But at 3:12 a.m., her phone buzzed. A notification. Camera detected movement. Living room. She didn't have a camera. She opened the notification anyway. The screen showed her apartment. The painting, standing upright, face uncovered, and the girl standing in front of it, halfway out of the frame, her face now fully visible, rotting, twisted, her jaw hanging open unnaturally. The shadow figure behind her was reaching out toward the camera, toward Emily. The live stream ended. Her bedroom door creaked open. Footsteps, soft, wet. A whisper. "You brought me home." The painting fell face down with a thud. The police found Emily the next morning. Her body was untouched, but her eyes were missing. And on the wall above her bed, the painting was back. This time, the girl's face was replaced. It was Emily. Horror and suspense. There's an old high school in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania that most people in town refuse to talk about. Ridgeway High was built in 1932, a tall brick building with narrow hallways and creaking pipes that always echoed a little too loudly. Every year, students whispered about the ghost of the girl who never made it home, the one they claimed still wandered the third floor late at night. But no one believed the stories, at least not until Ethan Parker, a senior, agreed to work the late-night theater shift during homecoming week. The job was simple: close the auditorium by 9 p.m., lock the supply room, turn off the lights, and leave. But that night, nothing went as planned. The empty hallway. The school was silent, too silent. Ethan walked past the trophy case when he suddenly felt a cold burst of air, like someone had walked right through him. He looked behind, nobody. But the lights at the end of the hallway flickered. Once, twice, then completely shut off. The third floor. Ethan wasn't supposed to go upstairs. The third floor had been closed since 1998 because a student named Marissa Clay fell down the staircase after being chased as a prank. Except the girl didn't trip. She told the paramedics she was pushed by someone she couldn't see. She died the next day. When Ethan heard a soft thud from above, curiosity overruled fear. He climbed the stairs to the third floor, the wooden steps groaning like something beneath was shifting. The hallway was dusty, but in the middle of the floor were fresh, wet footprints leading toward Marissa's old locker. Footprints from bare feet. The locker. Marissa's locker was slightly open. Inside, Ethan found a cracked photo, Marissa smiling, standing right where he was. But her eyes in the photo looked strangely hollow, like the life wasn't fully there. Then the locker door slammed shut by itself. Ethan froze. The air temperature dropped so quickly that his breath turned white. A whisper drifted from behind him. "Why did you leave me?" He spun around. Nobody. The auditorium. Ethan ran, thinking he could hide in the auditorium, but when he reached it, every seat was filled with shadowy figures sitting perfectly still, all facing the stage. Then the stage lights turned on. A girl in a torn dress stood at the center, her neck bent slightly the wrong way. Her dripping hair covered half her face. Slowly, she lifted her head. Her black, hollow eyes stared directly at Ethan. Marissa. The final step. She stepped off the stage, not walking, but dragging her feet across the floor, each step echoing like bone snapping. She stopped inches from Ethan. Her voice was broken, trembling. "Tell them I didn't fall. Tell them I'm still here." Before Ethan could scream, she reached out and grabbed his wrist, her hand freezing cold, like ice water running through his veins. And then she whispered her final words. Don't ever forget me." The lights exploded. All the shadows vanished. Ethan woke up on the floor, the school empty, his wrist marked with the shape of a handprint that wasn't human. He never returned to Ridgeway High, but every so often, when he's alone, he still hears her whisper, "Third floor, come back."